How's it going, everybody? It's Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm talking about the history of the PlayStation 3. I did a nice little video of it with some music. I had to read off a little prompter there so I can read it. So a little bit of screw ups and stuff like that. It's my voice and stuff like that. But hope you enjoy this video. It's the 30th anniversary is coming up in November and stuff like that. So enjoyed this little perspective of my PlayStation 3 video. I took a bunch of videos off of YouTube and put it together, and it's pretty awesome. I'm a big PlayStation 3 fan, so enjoy the video. I'll see you afterwards. All right. Hey, this is Craig Bush Rocks. Today we're going to talk about the PlayStation 3. We're coming near to the 30th anniversary of the PlayStation 3 coming up in November, so we're getting close to the 30th anniversary. So I'm gonna talk about the history of the PlayStation 3. So here it is, the complete history of the PlayStation 3. Yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So I guess in the mid 2000s, the world of gaming stood on the edge of transformation. High definition televisions were becoming the new normal. Okay. Broadband internet was spreading across the homes, and the industry was preparing for a leap into future that felt almost cinematic. In November 2006, Sony unveiled a machine that promised to lead the future, a console built not just from games, but for an entire digital lifestyle. This is the story of the PlayStation 3, a story of ambition, a story of struggle, a story of redemption, as my dog is sitting on my lap and trying to bite me right now. Alright, giant. When the PlayStation 3 arrived, it carried the weight of the Sony's boldest dream. The cell broadband engine processor, so advanced, so complex, that it bordered on experimental. Co-developed with IBM and Toshiba, it was designed to push boundaries, and it did. It was kind of impossible to develop for too at the same time. The PS3 introduced a Blu-ray disc drive to millions of homes, helping the format win the high definition media war. Considering it's probably one of the cheapest Blu-ray drives at the time. It included a hard drive in every model, a luxury at the time, and launched with the 6-axis controller, bringing motion controls into Sony's ecosystem. It did too. It was a good Blu-ray player, I have to say that for sure. But all the innovations came with a price, a literal one. A literal one. Yeah, literally a one. Yeah. PS3 launched at $4.99 and $5.99. I remember that day. I picked up mine pretty, I think a little bit cheaper than $5.99. I got on sale, but the numbers shocked the gaming world. Sony believed the future justified the cost, but many players were not convinced. Yeah, that's needless to say, but okay. So the launch lineup. So it's basically chapter 2, the launch lineup. So Sony's launch lineup showcased the raw power of the new machine. Resistance: Fall of Man, which I do have, a gritty atmospheric shooter that became PS3's first major exclusive. Yep. Ridge Racer 7, a high-speed demonstration of HD racing. Call of Duty 3, Genji Days of Blade. So yeah, Call of Duty 3, Genji Days of Blade, Need for Speed Carbon, Tony Hawk's Project 8, and more. Man, that's quite a few games on that. It was a respectable lineup, but not enough to overcome the challenge ahead. Developers struggled with the PS3 architect. Like I said, it was kind of hard to make games for it. The Xbox 360, cheaper, simpler, and already in store shelves, surged ahead in sales and third-party support. Yep, so, some games tend to run better on the Xbox 360, but that's what it was. But PlayStation 3 did kind of came ahead. But for the first time in history, PlayStation was no longer the dominant force. Ooh boy, here's a good one right here. Chapter 3: the outage that shook the industry. All right, in April 2011, everything changed. What began as a routine maintenance quickly escalated to one of the largest security breaches in gaming history. The PlayStation Network was taken offline. For 23 days, millions of players were locked out of online play, digital purchases, and downloads. It was a moment that tested Sony's infrastructure and in relationship with its community. I remember that apology and stuff like that. The old apology from PlayStation. To rebuild trust, Sony launched a welcome back program offering free games such as Little Big Planet, Infamous, Wipeout HD plus Fury, Super Stardust HD, and Dead Nation. If I remember correctly, personally myself, I think I got the Super Stardust HD and Dead Nation. That's what I picked because I had all the other games already. It was a difficult chapter, but one that ultimately strengthened Sony's commitment to security, transparency. Oh yeah, security and transparency. Oh, the turning point, chapter 4. By 2009, the tide began to turn. Yep, it did too. Sony released the PS3 Slim, a sleeker, quieter, more efficient version of the console. It came with a lower price and renewed moment of momentum. I think it was like $299 if I remember correctly, for that one. But developers began to master the cell processor. Took a while. Sony's first party studios, Naughty Dog, Santa Monica Studios, Guerrilla Games, and Media Molecule delivered some of the most acclaimed exclusives of the generation. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, God of War 3, Killzone 2, pretty cool game, Little Big Planet, and Demon's Souls. Demon's Souls was an awesome game, by the way. The PS3 was no longer struggling to keep up. It was leading the way. Chapter 5. Okay. GTA 5, the last great masterpiece. I remember that when GTA 5 came around, I got my poster up on the wall. Pretty sweet. In 2013, the PlayStation 4 approached the PS3, received one final masterpiece, the Grand Theft Auto 5. Rockstar Games published the aging hardware to its absolute limits. Los Santos was massive, detailed, alive in ways players had never seen before on the console. Introduced 3 protagonists, Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. Oh, that game was so much fun. That did redefine the open world. Storytelling, and shortly after launching, GTA Online opens the door to a new era of multiplayer experiences. Boy, I got killed a bunch of times in that game. Thanks, Gomer. For many, GTA 5 became the PS3's final triumphant swan song. Yep. The swan song showcased everything the console had become. Oh, they forgot about The Last of Us. The Last of Us was a great game, so you can't forget about that, The Last of Us. Yep. Chapter 6, the commercials that define a generation. Sony's marketing for PS3 was bold, creative, and sometimes downright bizarre. There was the creepy baby commercial, a surreal, unsettling ad that became instantly infamous. There was the floating Rubik's Cube letting the levitating eggs, and abstract early ads that portrayed the PS3 mysterious futuristic device. Then came this is the living campaign, cinematic, stylish, unlike anything else in gaming. And of course, Kevin Butler. Yep, he was the voice of PlayStation for a long time. The fictional Sony executive whose comedic ads revitalized the brand and connected with gamers in ways campaigns ever had. Finally, the Long Live Play commercial brought together characters from across the PlayStation universe. Celebration of players who make it all possible. Pretty sweet. Chapter 7, Legacy of a Comeback console. Yep. The PlayStation began its life underdog, expensive, complex, overshadowed. Yep, Xbox 360 was dominating it for a while. But through perseverance, innovation, and relentless focus of quality, it transforms into one of the most respected consoles of a generation. It introduced the Blu-ray to millions of homes. Yes, it did. It gave the rise to PlayStation Network and PlayStation Plus, which is still free on air. Come on, PlayStation. Do better. It's free on PlayStation 3. It delivers some of the most greatest exclusives ever made. Last of Us. Yep, that was exclusive, and paved the way for the success of PlayStation 4. Long live play. Yes, today the PlayStation 3 stands as a reminder what happens when a company dares to dream big, even in the path forward isn't easy. 30 years coming up, 30 years. The legacy lives on in the games it gives us, and the innovation it introduced, and the memories it created. This was the PlayStation, and this was its story. Yes, pretty sweet. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. We'll get back to my ugly mug there. So I'm not going to read from this transcript no more, so we're going to be on my face. Oh, we'll see you in a minute. Now that you watched the video, what you think of it? PlayStation 3, all ups and downs, all the games that they released for it and stuff like that. I think I did a pretty good job of making that video and stuff like that. But I worked on this for a while and stuff like that, so I'm happy to do this video. But hope you guys enjoy it. My dog was sitting on my lap as I was trying to talk in the video. But PlayStation 3 is my favorite console. We'll have another perspective video in November when it comes up, you know, when the actual 30th anniversary comes up. But I'm excited, man. It's getting closer and closer. So that was my history of PlayStation 3. So I'll see you on. Make sure you comment down below what you think of it. All right. Let me know what you think of my video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll check you on the next video. I'm gonna take my dog out after I edit this video and get it up on YouTube. All right. Bye. Fun times, everybody. Fun times indeed.